We just watched Swansea beat Bargoed, and two of those who've been watching, Mr. Alan Meredith and Mr. Dennis Gethin, two former players here at Swansea. Gentlemen, we're glad that you're able to join us for today's game. We'll talk a little bit about why you were here in a moment, but let me ask you, first, you're going to just, any thoughts on today's game?
Well, delighted to see Swansea win, I must admit, yeah, and win with some style. So long may that continue for the rest of the season.
Well, in my role, I have to be diplomatic. Apart from the sendings off, I thought the game was a credit to Welsh rugby, and both sides did very well.
I know you both said you're glad to be back here at St Helens. Any particular memories from your playing days?
Oh, well, I mean, it's got the best surface in Wales, obviously, so it's always, well, you play above the surface, you can always play good rugby. Yeah, no, it's very happy times here, I must admit.
Yes, and as Alan said, it's probably the best surface in Wales, especially when the weather we've had recently, so it's a credit, and Swansea very lucky to have such a facility.
Gents, you've come down here as trustees of the Welsh Rugby Charitable Trust. Now, that was the charity that the club chose to support last season, and through a number of events that we had on last season, we were able to raise some money for you, and we were able to present you with a cheque at half time, and it was a delight to do that. You serve as trustees on that. Can you just tell us again a little bit about what the charity does and how that money will be put, into good use?
Well, very briefly, first of all, I'd like to thank Swansea for a marvellous amount of money that you've given to the trust, and it's greatly appreciated. And the trust was set up in 1972, in fact, for the sole purpose of trying to enhance the quality of life of those players who have suffered, as we term it, catastrophic injuries. And we have 34 at the moment who suffered severe injuries. I think 23 of those who are permanently disabled and in wheelchairs. And our duty, and as Alan, as the new trustee, and he's doing exceptionally well, is to enhance the quality of life for them, and not only them, their families as well. And I know Alan can say a few more words about it, but it's a great honour and privilege to be president of the Welsh Rugby Union. But I can assure you that the most satisfaction I get is being involved with the trust and trying to look after these severely injured players.
Alan, could you just sort of, I know maybe not been able to share personal details, but of your involvement, how have you seen the charity's work affecting some of those players and ex-players' lives?
Well, it's a very humbling experience, I must admit. I mean, Dennis and I were very lucky. We played our rugby careers without getting too injured too seriously, but these people have been seriously injured, and life-changing injuries in some cases, but they are incredibly cheerful. They go about their life now. Their life has changed. It's just a very humbling experience, frankly. So it's a privilege to be a trustee, frankly, to be able to assist, to help them or support them in any way we can, really. So it's a terrific charity to be involved in, I must admit, and it's as Dennis said, it's very kind of Swansea to choose the charity as its nominated charity this year.
Well, as a club, we're always delighted to help out. We're always delighted to be able to do that. I admire the club in their generosity and what they do, and they want us to nominate a charity every year. I know as we presented the cheque, Mrs. Sian Lewis was involved, and Richard Webster, and some money also went directly from them in their fundraising efforts as well. We want to thank them particularly, but for all the club, we want to say thank you to them. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today and being here at St Helens and coming and receiving that cheque. And we know it'll be put to good work, and please send Swansea's best to those that you're going to help as well, because it's as we would say, it's the rugby family, isn't it, standing together.
Absolutely.
And we really appreciate your presence with us today, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.